Autumn! Hey everyone. So like a lot of readers, I love the autumn because like I've said many times before, I'm not much of one for the summer. I don't like sitting on a beach and reading. That's not really my ideal reading situation. I much prefer being inside where I can drink endless cups of tea and hot chocolate and just read as much as I want to in a nice enclosed environment. but since I thought I would mark the changing of the seasons, I would come outside and film outside for a change, and you can see there's some nice autumnal colors coming in here in London. So and also I wanted to make a video because Mercedes is doing her Autumn Readathon again, and I did this last year and I enjoyed it so much. Doing a vlog going around London and recording what I was reading, so it was really fun. So I hope to do it again. I don't know if I'll have time with work, and with some of my choices for my TBR, you'll see some of these choices were also on my Women in Translation readathon at the end of August, which I totally failed to do because I just got too busy with work and I couldn't follow along with the readathon. I barely did any reading that week. So I'm hoping I'll be able to participate in the Autumn Readathon again, but I thought I'd make a TBR just to start, and it's always enjoyable making a TBR and planning out what I want to read. So I'll go through Mercedes' prompts and I'll put a link down below to her video announcing it. And the readathon will go from October 20th to October 26th. So the first prompt is to read a gothic or spooky book, and I'm so excited about this. This is a book that I've been wanting to get to for quite a while. It came out in the spring, and this is one of the most ornate proofs I've ever been sent. It's really beautiful. It's called The Wicked Comet by Laura Carlin. And it's a novel about, it also fulfills the historical novel category because it is set in London in 1831, and it says, "Down the murky alleyways of London, acts of unspeakable wickedness are taking place, and no one is willing to speak out on behalf of the city's vulnerable poor as they disappear from the streets. Out of these shadows comes Hester White, a bright young woman who is desperate to escape the slums by any means possible." And that sounds like a really good, fantastically creepy story. So I'm eager to... Ooh, there's a bird going off. So the second prompt is to read a non-fiction book that feels autumnal. And she's classing this as nature writing or cold location travel writing. And I'm sort of cheating on this because this is technically classified as a novel, but it's called a sort of hybrid novel because it also incorporates journals and other elements of non-fiction. And it's about a woman who travels to the Arctic, so cold environment, so very appropriate, and about her grappling with family issues and coming to terms with her difficult family in this very isolated, removed environment. So that sounds really good. Then the third prompt is read a novel set in a cold location. And I have picked, again, Crimson by Niviaq Korneliussen, and it's a novel from Greenland, and set in Greenland, and about young people who, and their various romantic entanglements and gender confusion, and all sort of about modern young life, but set in Greenland, which I think sounds like a fantastic, interesting story. And this is an advanced copy. It's going to be published at the beginning of November, on November 1st. So it's like perfect timing to read it in the week before it's going to come out. And then number 4 is read a historical fiction novel. This is a novel I've been wanting to get to so much, Painter to the King by Amy Sackville. And it's about the painter Diego Velázquez in the 1600s in Spain, and he became the official painter for the royal court. And it's about his insights into royal life at that time and the politics going on sort of behind closed doors. And it's been praised so much. It's been praised by Sarah Perry and Peric O'Donnell, who's another modern writer that I really like. And so yeah, it has blurbs from them. Really excited to read it. Next, there are 2 bonus prompts. So the first bonus prompt is to read a short story collection, and I picked Atrib and Other Stories by Ellie Williams because I've been picking up and putting down this book of short stories for ages, and I think the problem is that I started reading some of the stories aloud to my boyfriend, and so he expected me to read more to them and not read ahead without reading them aloud to him first, and I don't always get much of a chance to actually read aloud to him, so I haven't been able to get to it, but I'm determined now, like, I'm just gonna read this by myself because these stories are so good. They do a lot of twisty, tricky things with language, but you can tell that there's like real stories behind what she's doing. There's real like impact and meaning and like a heart to the stories. It's not just sort of for the experimentation of playing with language itself. And so yeah, been really wanting to finish this book. And then finally, the last prompt is to read an adult novel about a young female protagonist. And this is another novel I've been wanting to get to for ages, called Dance by the Canal by Kirsten Hensel. And it's about a young woman growing up in East Germany, and her family have like particular positions within the government and within society, and expectations placed upon them, and in turn they place those expectations on her, and she feels like she doesn't really fit in with that society, so she sort of removes herself from it. But then the wall comes down between East and West Germany, and opportunities might arise for her that weren't there for her before, and so it gives her sort of a new opportunity in life. And so yeah, that sounds like a good adventure. It's quite a short novel, so I know this is quite like an ambitious like TBR pile, but they're all books I really want to get to, so I'm hoping I'll have time to read them all. And just before I go, I want to emphasize again, like I talked about in my last reading wrap-up video, if you're looking for other inspirations for autumnal reading, I'd really recommend Ghost Walls by Sarah Moss, her new novel, and also Melmoth by Sarah Perry, her new novel, and both of these books just came out, and they're both creepy, perfect like autumnal reads, so really highly recommend them. But let me know if you're going to be participating in the Autumn Readathon and what you'll be reading, or if even if you're not participating, what you're planning to read this autumn. I've been following also TBR videos for Victober, which is great, and so many exciting like Victorian books that people are going to be reading. So let me know what your reading plans are. I hope you're doing well. I hope the year is progressing along well for you, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye guys.